Hello friends, welcome to our channel WaveTutorials and you are watching AngularJS full tutorial session. And also I request you to, if you have still not subscribed to our channel, then please subscribe to it and don't forget to click on that notification bell icon so that you will get the notification whenever we upload a new video on this channel. Also, if you found the content of our video is valuable, then please like the video, and in case of any query you can write a comment in comment box. So let's start with today's session. In this session, we will cover the environment setup for AngularJS project. So we will learn about Node.Js, NPM, what is Angular CLI, and we will also set up an IDE to write our code. Also, we will create a new project and execute it to the browser. Now, what Node.js is? Node.js is an open source server-side runtime environment which can be used to build different type of applications. Node.js also provides a rich library of various JavaScript modules which simplify the development of web application. For this version of AngularJS, we require at least 12 or higher version for better result. NPM is a node package manager for JavaScript programming language, which is automatically installed with Node.js installer. NPM helps us to manage dependencies required in our project. What is Angular CLI? Angular CLI is a command line interface tool that we use to initialize, develop, scaffold, and maintain Angular application directly from command shell. There are two basic commands used with Angular CLI which help us to generate new application, like ng-new. Also, ng-generate will help us to generate new components, routes, services, and pipes. Using ng-serve, you can execute your Angular project to the browser on local environment. Also, using ng-test, we can execute our unit test easily. Installing Angular CLI is very easy. You just need to open command prompt and execute the below commands: npm install -g, which allow us to install Angular CLI globally, and then @ Angular/CLI. It will install the Angular CLI globally on our project. To write our source code, we need a source code editor. So the Visual Studio Code Editor is one of the best IDE for AngularJS applications. It supports autocomplete with intelligence. We can debug our code right from the editor. It supports the built-in Git repository, and it also provides features to add additional extensions. Visual Studio Code is free to use and download. You can download it for any of your operating system, whether it's a Windows, Linux, or Mac operating system. So let's create our first AngularJS project. So first of all, we need to download and install Node.js on our local machine. So let's open a browser. So you can see here that the browser automatically detects the operating system of my machine, which is 64-bit Windows operating system, and give me the option to download the recommended version of Node.js. If you would like to download it for some other operating system, you can go here, other downloads. Here you can see that the latest version 12.18.3 also includes the npm. So when you download and installed this Windows installer, it will automatically install the npm package manager with this Node.js module. So let's download it. So we have downloaded the setup, and let's install it. So we have successfully installed Node.js setup. Now let's install AngularJS and CLI globally. For this, you need to open your command prompt. The setup will take some time to install depending upon the internet speed. Here you can see that we are globally installed Angular CLI and Angular core to the local machine. So AngularJS and Angular CLI has been successfully installed. Now let's check their version. First of all, let's clear the screen. To check the Node version, you need to type the command node-v, which is 12.18.3, and for npm it's 6.14.6. Now let's see which version we have installed for Angular CLI here. So you can see that we have Node 12.18.3, npm 6.14.6, and Angular, which is 10.0.5. Now we have the latest version of Angular installed on our machine. So the next step is to install Visual Studio Code. So for this, let's open the browser. So Visual Studio Code is free to download. You can see here that you can download it for Mac operating system, Windows, or Linux. So it's available for every platform. So let's download it for my machine. Visual Studio Code setup has been downloaded. Now let's install it. Now you can see that we have successfully installed Visual Studio Code. So the next step is create a new Angular project using the command ng-new and the name of the project. So for this, you need to open the command prompt. So let's open it. First of all, let's clear the screen and execute the command ng-new and the name of the project like my first app, and execute the enter command. So the setup will ask us whether you would like to go with Angular routing or not. So let's choose yes. Then it will ask us for the style sheet type. So let's go with the default one, CSS. Now Angular has downloaded the default required files which we require to execute our application, and now it's installing the node modules packages, which you can see in a node module folder. All of these packages will help us to execute the project smoothly. So these packages which is right now downloading is the minimum required packages to execute our application. So it will take some time depending upon the internet speed. So you can see here the packages installed successfully message prompted here. So let's move to the folder. So you can see here all the files and folders are placed here like angular.json, package.json, and the directories E to E, node modules, etc. So let's open this project in Visual Studio Code, which we have already installed. So for this, using command prompt, you can open the Visual Studio Code using this command, code space dot. So you can see that our project is open in Visual Studio Code. Here you can see that E2E folder, node module folder, source folder, app folder, where we placed all of our routing, component, modules, directory, pipes, etc. So we will also discuss them about in detail in our upcoming videos. So from now, we do not require to open command prompt separately, because Visual Studio Code already providing us the internal terminal. So from where you can execute all of your command to execute the projects. So now the next step is to run our AngularJS project in browser. So for this, AngularJS has provided us few commands like ngserve. So here I am writing the three commands like ngserve, ngserve-o, and ngserve-o -port and the port number. So let's see what is the difference in between all these three commands. So let's open the Visual Studio Code again, and first of all let's execute ng serve command. So you can see the message here that our project is successfully compiled and server is listening our Angular project at localhost 4200. 4200 is the default port where you can check our application on browser. So let's open the browser. So let's type localhost 4200, and we can see our Angular project. So this is the default template which is already provided by AngularJS. You can also modify these templates and use your own template in this application. So before this, let's discuss about the other options which we discussed here, ngserve-o. For this, let's open Visual Studio Code again. So to understand the commands in a better way, let me adjust it a little bit. Here you can see that application is already running on 4200 port. So let me close this and also terminate the batch. So let's execute the command with ngserve-o. In initial command, when we served ngserve, we have to manually type localhost and 4200 port number in our browser. But using -o, which is a short form of -open, the Visual Studio Code will automatically open the current application in browser. You do not need to type it manually. You can see that browser automatically open our localhost application with port number 42. Now the third command is ngserve-o with a different port number. When you like to open your application in a different port number, then we can use this command --port. So let's open the browser again. Let's terminate the batch and use the command you can choose any of port number you would like to execute your project on. So now you can see that our application is right now running on 4300 port number. So using these commands you can choose on which port number your application will be run. This port command will be beneficial for you whenever you require to execute multiple Node.js projects on a same server. So there you can choose different port numbers to execute your multiple projects. So what we have covered in this session is the introduction to the Node.js or Angular CLI. Also we have installed Node.js and source code editor, which is Visual Studio Code, and set up a new project of AngularJS. Further we will discuss about all these folders, these files in detail in our upcoming videos. If you have any question or query, you can simply post your queries in a comment box. If you require the source code, just send me your email ID. I will share it with you. Feel free to reach me anytime on my email ID wavetutorials@outlook.com. My name is Naveen. Thank you for watching this video.